The second big question this afternoon is how will the Raiders adjust to they had an injury this week in practice Thursday night. Jason LaBarge, their promising sophomore defenseman, broke his wrist in practice. And will the Raiders go with 5 defensemen, which is difficult to do, to rotate 5 defensemen? Sometimes you need a computer to do that, to know who's been out there and whose turn, whose shift and things like that. Or will they go with possibly just 2 sets of defensemen, or the third option, bring somebody else up, possibly Chris Level, and go with 3 sets of defensemen? And the third question, as you mentioned, it's not very important, except to me, is will my voice hold up today?
Well, you know, it's funny. Was it last week I interviewed head coach Stan Moore? We got talking about playing 6 defensemen, and he was talking about possibility of injuries and the fact that they've been working in practice with playing with different partners. So Stan kind of comes off as being a prophet here.
Yes, and that's also, being a prophet, looking down the road. Stan has been at the game long enough to know that it's almost impossible to go through the season without some type of an injury. They're bad enough when they happen in the game, but it's even worse when they happen in practice. You know, you feel, well, maybe I have some control over that, but you really don't. And Stan, being the cagey coach that he is and been at the game a long time, knows that to practice splitting those combinations up, because down the road this could happen.
Well, both teams are out on the ice, and we'll be ready to start momentarily. Ed Palmer, he got last weekend 8 goals in a game against Lake Placid. I was talking with Pete Farrell. Pete's the athletic trainer at Potsdam College. He has a son who plays for Potsdam High School. I saw him at Salmon River yesterday, and he was telling me that Palmer's a deceptive kind of hockey player. It doesn't look like he's doing anything. All of a sudden, he's got the puck and it's in the net.
Well, I think that's a trait of big rangy hockey players like Ed Palmer. Raiders have a couple of boys that along the same mold. Scotty Murphy, for example,
right?
Big, rangy, long-legged Tommy Moore, things like that, and some very deceptive. I was talking to Coach Tommy Turgeon before the ball game, and he feels that his strengths are they've got a strong offensive club. In fact, he threw a figure at me which really surprised me. Even though he's 2-4, 2-5 overall, whatever, they've outshot every team that they have played this year. They had a loss in one of the games. They got beaten. They outshot a team 45-15. So that's pretty impressive. So on the other side of the coin, besides being strong, and he is strong up the middle. Besides Ed Palmer, he has another young man by the name of Kevin Fleming, who's also a center, who he's high on. And the areas that he's weak on would be defense and his goaltending.
Right. Well, we'll see. Of course, Massena strong in goaltending this year. Bruce DeRushy really has played a super season so far. We do have some of the official stats. His saves percentage is almost 95%, 94.97, which is an outstanding statistic. His goal against average, 1.23?
Yeah, 1 point. That comes out to about 1.23.
Wow,
yeah.
That's pretty incredible.
Pretty strong. And we look at some of the other stats here, and we were chuckling up here on the plus minus. Pat Tracy with a plus 13, really strong. He leads the team in scoring with 3 goals and 6 assists. But the one that we were alluding to, and we said chuckling, Scotty McCracken, he's a plus 12. He's 4-4, 4 goals, 4 assists. But you look over in the penalty minutes, he's 22.5 minutes of penalties in the young season, and he still rates that high in his plus-minus chart and on his point production. So it's a strong indication of the type of hockey player he is.
One thing Massena is going to have to work on, though, is power play. As their power play percentage is only 18.9%, and I'm sure that's an area of concern for Stan Moore.
Yeah, well, sometimes figures are misleading, too. Again, the season is very young, and prior to the game against OFA, he had been the penalty killing unit and power play had been very strong. And for example, in that game they gave up 3 goals, shorthanded goals, so that affected their penalty killing somewhat. And the same thing with the power play early in the season when the figures are really not. I won't say reliable, but a true indication of the overall strengths and weaknesses.
That's right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we honor America before the start of this afternoon's game with the playing of our national anthem. with the playing of our national anthem, we're about set to go here. Massena and Indian River in Northern Athletic Conference High School Hockey. Mel Tomelty and is that Arnie O'Reilly down there? I'm not sure. I can't really see. Turn around there.
If it is, Arnie's lost a few pounds. Oh, no, I'll take that back. I think the Warriors, Indian River Warriors, will have to play a little bit of the body today, Jerry. I don't think they can skate with the Raiders, and we'll see early on if they try to play the body.
It's going to be Ed Palmer in the face-off circle. Brent Russell and Scott Krieger are the two wingers for Tom Turgeon's club. Ryan Lanphier and Mike O'Donnell at the points. Massena Red Raiders will counter with Pat Tracy out there with his line mates, Scott Murphy and Scott McCracken. And Adams and Schneider will be the 2-point men.
And we'll keep an eye on the defensive core early on to see if Coach Moore is going to go with 5 defensemen.
All right, we're ready to go here. The puck is dropped off the face. It comes to Adams. He circles at the Massena blue line to Schneider, headman to Tracy. Intercepted and dumped by Lanphier back to the Massena blue line. Across, Tracy gets a piece of it. Poked away there. And it still doesn't get out of the zone. Mike Adams follows up. Feeds to Murphy. Murphy has it poked away. Picked up by Adams at the red line. He dumps it in Indian River territory. Lanphier back after it, trying to poke it out of the zone. And it's out to center ice. And Palmer gets by Tracy and loses the puck. Pat picks it up. Feeds it McCracken. And he takes it across the blue line left side. Trying to get by a check. He can't. Lanphier picks it up for Indian River. Moves it along the boards to the winger Russell. Not out of there, though. Schneider keeps it in at the point. Now it's Russell trying to get it out. Murphy steals it after some good work by Brett Schneider. Murphy jamming for it along with Palmer. The puck to the blue line. Schneider keeps it in, dumps it in behind the net. Lanphier back to pick it up. His pass is intercepted. Whitcup gets a shot, and it kind of came from behind, but it was right on the save made. Whitcup is in there, can't come up with it. Lanphier back to the blue line. It slides all the way down the ice, and it's going to slide right in, and Durashi is going to leave it for Brian Levac. Levac now has it poked away. Puck goes into the corner. After it, there is Davis. Davis feeding it to Timmy Thompson. Thompson starts out. Headman pass on Faucher's stick. Faucher feeds for Davis. Here's Davis just dumping it in the corner. Here's Whitcup going after it. He falls down, goes into the boards, gets back up again, and pokes it free. And Faucher can't quite handle it. Indian River starting to move it out. The Warriors do get it out to center ice. Levac is there. He pokes it right back in Warrior territory. Goes from O'Donnell across ice, comes free right in front, and Davis was there but couldn't get the good shot off. Now the puck poking around. Jake Morris's line out there, and it's picked up by the Warriors out to center ice, Steve Roberts. Morris takes it away, has it taken back by Roberts, but offsides will be the play as Kevin Fleming, the center on their second line, was ahead of the play, and the faceoff will move back outside Massena territory.
Early indication the Warriors are trying to play wing on wing in their forechecking pattern. They're forechecking one man, basically the center, and trying to hold the wings. And early indication indicate if the Raiders get the puck inside the Warrior zone, they're going to cause some problems for that defensive core of.
Palmer's line right back out there. So it looks like the Warriors right now are going to go with 2 lines. Comes back to O'Donnell in his own end. Little problem with it. Flips it around the boards for Brent Russell. Russell back to the blue line, kept in by Adams, and it comes to Bigelow. Here's Jeff, sharp angle shot right across the goal mouth. Actually, there's a pass. Tommy Moore couldn't come up with it, trying to dig it out of the corner, but it's out to center ice. Brett Russell, and he kind of just lost his footing, manages to hold on to it for a moment, but now it's Morris back for it, trying to clear the zone. Here's a shot from the blue line, and the save made by Bruce DeRushy. Puck along the boards now. Tommy Post has it poked away, gets it back again. Here's Post circling. Looking to headman, he gets it out to Tommy Moore. Moore comes down the left wing. He gets upended. Following is Jake Morris. Morris and Bigelow. Morris gets upended, trying to slide the pass across anyway, but it's intercepted. And back the other way comes Ambrose. Ambrose, headman, out to center ice, into the zone. Here comes the second line center across the goal mouth, right in front of the shot, and the save by DeRushy on a shot by Palmer as Kevin Fleming came out of the corner and got a shot off, or actually a pass over to Palmer, but he was pretty deep, and DeRushy was there to make the save.
A very dangerous situation. The Warriors had a 2-on-1 situation. Didn't capitalize on it, but Bruce DeRushy smartly held on, and so we get a line change here.
Off the faceoff. Doesn't get it out center ice. McCracken, and it comes free. Thompson Thompson moves it along the boards to McCracken. Headman to Tracy. Tracy, a little ahead of the play was Scott Murphy, as Tracy was breaking in, but Murphy was across on the left side.
Well, that's what you teach those forwards to do, to bust hard, don't hold up, and it's the responsibility of the guy with the puck to get them the puck. You want them to break hard.
Off the face-off, puck bouncing around. Palmer, that's not Palmer, that's Fleming. Fleming trying to move it in the zone, but Tracy intercepts. Drops it back, Brett Schneider. Schneider's headman pass to McCracken, who lets it go through, and Tracy trying to pick it up. Taken away from him, bounced back to the Massena blue line. Thompson is there. Feeds it over to Schneider. So we're going to see some different defensive combinations here this afternoon. Puck back in the zone of Indian River. Here comes Tracy with it, poked away from him by the defenseman O'Donnell. And the Warriors are going to break it out of there again. Headman pass. Out to center ice, Krieger. And Krieger got a weak shot off, goes wide. Thompson picks it up behind the Massena net. Back pass goes around the boards to McCracken. Scotty picks it up, starts out long left wing pass to Murphy. Murphy takes it across, gets taken out of the play by Darren Ambrose. And the puck's back out to center ice. Here comes Kevin Fleming across the blue line. Thompson sweeps it away, and Morris back the other way. He's got McCracken with him. Jake breaks it across, gets by the defense backhand, and a kick save made by Darrell Eggleston, the goaltender. Puck in behind the net as the Warriors try to break it out. Long headman pass comes to Steve Roberts, loses it. Here comes Massena back the other way. Mike Adams cuts across the grain, across the blue line, poked away, but Bigelow follows it. Trying to center it, but Palmer steps in front and intercepts. Now he and Bigelow jam behind the net, and Bigelow and Palmer comes away with it, trying to feed it, and gets the return pass. Here comes Palmer, 2-on-3. Palmer across the blue line, quick shot, fired it way wide. Puck goes side of the net. Now Palmer trying to come up with it, and has it poked away, back to the point, out to center ice. Here comes Bigelow. Across the blue line, makes the drive, takes a cross shot. Hit the goal post. And Jeff Bigelow, as the puck gets tied up in the back of the mesh, it comes now around the boards. Levac keeps it in, dumps it in the corner. Jeff did everything but score. He's got the puck again. Centering pass, Morris, shot. Another big save by the goalie, and back comes Indian River the other way. So some big opportunities for Massena, and the Warriors going to shoot it from center ice. DeRushy makes the save. They want to change. Here comes Massena back to center ice. Mike Adams with it. He dumps it deep in Warrior territory, as the Raiders will make a save or make a change as well. So some big chances there for especially Jeff Bigelow. He did everything but score. Here come the Warriors. It's Kevin Fleming, has it poked away. Back comes Fauché the other way. Whitcup races in after the puck in the corner. Getting there first is defenseman O'Donnell. Around the boards, Davis kicks it. Fauché can't get the shot off. His stick was lifted, and back comes Roberts. Down on the right wing. He gets a weak shot right on. DeRushy makes the save. I can see why they outshoot the opposition, Dave.
Yes.
Puck along the boards. Whitcup has it poked back away. Brett Schneider there. Drops to Whitcup again. Whitcup feeds Fauché, and Fauché breaks out. Here comes Fauché down the right wing side. Cross the blue line in the corner. He lost it. Puck comes in behind the net. He tries to chase it down. Fauché takes a whack at it. Goes around the boards to the blue line, kept in at the point. Here's Davis. He can't handle it. And it's back out to center ice. Tommy Post circles around, poked away from him. Following up is Fauché, trying to bounce it to himself off the boards, but Fleming is there to start back. Poked away by Whitcup. We got delay offsides on Massena, but they clear the zone. Back to the blue line. Thompson throws a check. The puck sits. Finally, it's dumped in the zone. Tommy Post. Post gets by one. Slides it to Davis. Davis breaking down the left wing. Takes it in all by himself. He just got railed into the boards, and it's controlled by Indian River again. Long pass, back out, back in, and McCracken got it. It's going to be an offside.
There's no question these two units that Indian River is throwing out there, the Palmer unit and the Fleming unit, they can play hockey. They move the puck well. If you don't forecheck and they come out of their own end well, good skating, and they're big. But I just feel if Indian River is going to go with two units and they're trying to lay the body on, I think they're going to wear down before this game's over. And again, the defense, little suspect.
Palmer against Tracy off the faceoff. Tracy follows it, tomahawks it, but missed it. Back out to center ice. Tracy comes back, trying to feed Murphy. Taken away, dumped to an open wing. Russell feeds it ahead. Here's Krieger across the blue line, dumps it in behind the net. Back there is Levac, steps by a check, feeds Murphy on the wing. Headman to Pat Tracy. Here comes Tracy. He's got McCracken across the blue. Oh, nice move. Tracy's shot. Save the rebound. McCracken whacks at it, but it's picked up by the goaltender Eggleston, and another save. So even though Indian River may be out shooting Massena, Massena's had the quality chances so far.
Pat Tracy coming out of his own end down that left side, put a quality move on that defenseman for the Indian River, and went around him and let go a really nice shot, wrist shot, but goalie Darrell Eggleston, who we were led to believe was a little weak, he's coming up big early in the ball game. He's made several outstanding saves.
Okay, we've got the third unit for Indian River. First time we've seen them this afternoon. Hebert, the Finnish exchange student, Makala, and Ambrose. Off the face, back to the point. Here's the shot wide. Around the boards it goes. Thompson whacks at it, and that goes up into the wall, and the face-off will move outside.
You mentioned the Finnish exchange student, Asko Makala. If he's anything like the Finns that we see in the college ranks in the U.S. and in the NHL, he's be very productive around the net. But I suppose if he were, he'd be playing up on one of those first two units and not on the third unit, who just saw their first shift out here.
No, if he was good, he'd be at Salmon River. 8 minutes left to play on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. No score. 0-0. Off the face-off. The puck still in the zone. McDonald out there now and bounces around. McDonald picks up the puck. He's out there with Fauché and Davis. I don't know what happened to Whitcup. And the puck bounces in the zone, but we have a whistle. And I think they're going to call, an intentional offside. Move the face-off all the way back in Massena territory, and both teams will make a change here.
I don't know if Bobby got hurt on that last shift or not.
He did go into, no, that was Davis that went into the boards.
Yeah, Ed Davis took that shot. Pat Tracy also took a heavy shot. He came out and he tried to put a lick on Ed Palmer, and he took the worst of it.
Yeah, I guess so. Off the face-off, Adams trying to control it. Puck stolen side of the net. And here's a chance for Fleming. Fleming takes it into the slot. His shot knocked down. Comes all the way back to the point. Here's Fikes, and he misfired on it. Tommy Moore picks it up, but Fikes gets back. Now following is Bigelow. Here comes Jeff across the blue line. Can't get the shot off, and the puck bounces into the corner off Jake Morris's stick. Now Tommy Moore after it. Moore jams with Fikes. Moore comes away with the puck. Looking to go to Morris in the high slot. His shot deflected into the corner. Bigelow in there. Bigelow looking to go back to Schneider at the point. Knocked down by Roberts. And where's the puck? Still in the zone. Morris keeps it in. Trying to pass it across to Bigelow. Couldn't get the pass. And it's dumped down the ice by, are they going to call the icing? Yes, they are. By Indian River. And that'll move face-off back in their territory. And again, Massena trying to exert some pressure.
I don't think, Jerry, again, if on a one-on-one situation, I haven't seen one Indian River defenseman able to contain one Massena forward, and that's going to be a telling factor unless they tighten up there.
6:53 left in the first period. On the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, it's still 0-0. Off the face-off, puck sits in the circle. Left side of the goalie, they still jam at it. Finally coming away with it is Murphy. Murphy, trying to center, hit the side of the net. They jam, and goaltender again, Darrell Eggleston, falls on top of it as Scotty McCracken right on the doorstep.
In defense, on the other side of the coin, in defense of the Indian River defensive core, they're doing a good job of tying up the loose forward in front of the net. They're just not strong on a one-on-one at the blue line.
Ambrose, the defenseman, flips it around the boards, comes to Schneider. Schneider has his pass intercepted, but gets it back again. Feeds it behind the net. Here's Murphy. Murphy centering. Tracy, the drive, score! Whoa!
I'll tell you, there wasn't a goalie on the face of the earth playing hockey could have stopped that shot. Scotty Murphy picked up a loose puck behind the net. There were two Indian River defensemen. One went to Scotty. He threw the puck out right out in front of the net in the slot. The Indian River defenseman missed it. And Pat Tracy from about 15 feet didn't waste any time, just let go a booming slap shot who caught the top right-hand corner up over Darrell Eggleston's right shoulder. No one could have stopped that puck.
Darrell didn't even move.
No, I don't think he saw it either.
Off the face-off. Pete Schuler's scoreboard finds Massena leading at 1-0. Schneider a little problem with it, trying to get it out, but he follows up on it. Feeds it ahead for Tracy, poked away, and it's picked up by Indian River. Back across, Fleming taken out of the play. Here's Tracy and jamming for it behind that. We got a penalty on somebody, and it's going to be on Massena as soon as they touch it. And falling on top of it is Bruce DeRushy. And we're going to have an Indian River power play. I think Schneider is going to pick up the penalty. Interference the call on Schneider.
Number 12, Mike Adams, did a nice job on Big Kevin Fleming. on a one-on-one situation. Took the man, took him right out of the play just prior to that penalty. Nice job by Mike Adams.
So we've got Jake Morris out there along with Jeff Bigelow, and we've got Thompson, and we'll pick up the other defenseman in a minute. Tommy Post, I guess it is. And Post has the puck, bounces it around the boards, comes back to the point. Here's O'Donnell. O'Donnell trying to feed it through. Of course, they got Palmer out there. He's got the puck right now. Big Ed Palmer, side of the net, looking to move it around, trying to center it, knocked down by Post. It comes free, and Jake Morris takes a whack at it, doesn't get it out of the zone. Now the puck comes free to Post. He bounces at it. Palmer keeps it in. Here's Palmer with the puck now, moving it back to the point. Bounces free into the corner. Here's an opportunity right in front of the net. They score. And that was fired from behind the net, and it hit somebody and went in. I think Brett Russell's going to get the goal. That'll tie it up at 1.
The Raiders had several opportunities to clear the zone, had control of the puck on 3 occasions. Ran the puck off the dasher and just didn't put enough mustard on it. The Warriors kept the puck in the zone, worked it around rather well. Massena kept their passive box. But as you say, that puck came out of the corner and hit somebody, and I don't know who it hit. It went in behind Brewster Rushy.
So off the face-off, it's a 1-1 tie on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. Tommy Post picks it up and had a little problem with it, moves it ahead. And here comes Bigelow. Bigelow, drop pass Morris. Morris trying to go through, knocked down, and the puck back the other way. Warriors control it just across the blue line. After there's Brett Russell. He's tied up along the boards, now bounces back out again. Picked up by Ryan Lamphere. Lamphere, the defenseman, dumps it in the Massena zone. DeRushy has to make the save from center ice. Tommy Post bouncing it, but not out. Bouncing around. And Bigelow trying to come up with it. He pokes at it. Taken away. Here's Palmer feeding it in front. Gets it back again. The shot, the save, the rebound into the corner. Poked around. After it is Bigelow trying to clear the zone, and he does. Dumped right back to the Massena blue line. And Thompson. Thompson's headman pass. Trying to get it to McCracken. It's intercepted. And back the other way comes Indian River. They dump it right back in the Massena zone. Going forward is Kevin Fleming. Looks to center it, but Thompson picks it up. Headman meant for Tracy. Tracy didn't see it. It's dumped back in the corner. Tommy Post. Post swipes it around behind the net. Thompson looking to pick it up there. Here's Thompson out to center ice. Dumped right back to the Massena line and goes by everybody back in the corner. Thompson comes back for it. 1-1 tie hockey game on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. Trying to clear the zone. Finally, Tracy picks it up. Headman for Murphy goes by him, and they wave the icing off, and the puck comes in behind the net. Picked up by McCracken. McCracken goes into the corner, draws a couple, looking for Tracy. Can't get it to him. Back to the point. Kept in by Massena for a moment, and it goes up into the stands as Brian Levac did manage to keep it in, but the faceoff will move outside the zone.
The flow of this game is switched from being 70% the Raiders to 70% Indian River in the last 2 shifts out there, and that's what a goal will do. I think this is the game plan of the Warriors. They want to come in here if they can stay close for a couple of periods with the offensive firepower they have. Strange things could happen, and they picked up the momentum right here. That was a big lift.
Offsides on Massena.
And as another thing, I think it's difficult rotating the 5 defensemen, playing out of position, playing one side on the right, next time on the left side. So the Raiders are a little out of sync right now.
Morris's line out there off the faceoff goes in Indian River territory. Ambrose trying to feed it ahead. It comes out to center ice. Here comes Brett Russell. Down the wing, his shot high over the glass. Goes around on the dasher board and into the corner. Jake Morris picks it up there. Here's Morris in behind his net being forechecked. And where's the puck? Controlled by Palmer. Drops it back to the point. Here's Ambrose. Ambrose, his shot taken by Moore right in the mask. But Tommy gets up and feeds it ahead for Bigelow. Here comes Jeffrey in the corner left side. Sharp angle shot. Ooh, fired it just wide. Puck around the boards. Jake Morris looking for it. Can't find it. And back the other way comes Russell. Across the blue line. Massena zone taken away. Back out to center ice. Massena making a change as McDonald back out there playing that right wing on the third line. The Fauché line comes out. Puck back in behind. In Indian River territory, Brett Schneider steps in, keeps it in the corner. Now McDonald after it, has it poked away. Schneider follows it into the corner. Here's Brett with it, taken into the boards. Palmer comes in to help out. It bounces right in the slot over the net. Nobody there. Puck comes along the boards and out to center ice now. Here's Timmy Thompson, waits for his wings and drives it back in the zone. Bouncing puck. Davis picks it up, has it taken away. Back come the other way is Lanfear. Lanfear taken by Fauché. Puck comes free, picked up by O'Donnell. We have a whistle. What do we have? An elbow call against Indian River. 2:10 left to go in the first period. And on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, it's a 1-1 tie.
Well, the Warriors are being called. They dodged the bullet a little while ago. Young Danny McDonald came off the bench, and he met Mr. Ed Palmer up close and in person because Palmer railed him with an elbow right in the face, and it wasn't called. So a little bit of justification here.
So now the Massena Red Raiders will go on the power play. McCracken, Murphy, and Tracy out there. Tracy will center. We've got Thompson and Schneider at the points. Off the face-off, back to the point. Thompson, nope, Schneider keeps it in. Nice job there. And Tracy, the 45, goes across, and a bad pass, and they'll have to regroup. Here's Thompson from Schneider. Headmans to McCracken. McCracken dumps it in the corner. Murphy trying to chase it down. It's picked up by O'Donnell. Murphy ties him up a little bit. O'Donnell trying to move it along the boards. Puck still free and controlled by Indian River, and they dump it down the ice. Coming back for it is Thompson. Palmer's going down to look and pick him up. And it comes to Murphy. Murphy bounces it around, and Schneider picks it up. McCracken, long left wing pass to Scotty Murphy. Murphy gets by his man. Here comes Murphy breaking in. Centers it, score! And it really wasn't a very hard shot, but Daryl Eggleston let it go through, and Murphy's going to get the goal. I don't know.
Daryl Eggleston redirected that thing. It would have went wide. We got to give Scotty Murphy a lot of credit busting down that left side. He just flew down, lost his check, went by the defenseman on that side, cut in sharply to his right, and really didn't get off a hard shot. It was almost like a pass, and Daryl Eggleston threw himself at the puck, and it went under his arm and redirected. It was going to go wide of the net, redirected into the net. A power play goal for the Raiders. They needed that because, as I said before, they were a little out of sync, and Indian River was carrying the play.
Off the face-off, Palmer's line right back out there. And the bouncing puck comes deep in Massena territory. Palmer back there, along with Post. Jamming right in front. Morris comes up with a loose puck and moves it out. Here comes Bigelow down the right wing side. Takes it across, looks to center it. Right in front of the net, and the goaltender falls on it. And he had that was Tommy Post breaking for the net that time. And had that been a little further away from the goalie, that may have been a goal.
I'll tell you, Ed Palmer, number 17, he's, as we mentioned, 6'2", 210. He's a tough package behind that net. I've seen several Raider defensemen try to take him out of the play, and he's just tossed them off like they were, like nothing, and it's come up with a puck. He's tough in there.
Well, I guess he is. Massena leads 2-1 on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. Back to the point. Schneider, and it goes up into the stands. And the faceoff will move outside. 1:01 left in the first period. 2-1 Massena leads. And
we mentioned before, Jerry, we've only seen that third unit of Indian River. We've got a minute to play in the period, and they've only been out at once. I don't know. I don't know the strength of these first two units physically, but it's going to tell on you as you go on into the third period. If he's going to play two lines against Massena, he's going to be hurting.
Off the face-off, puck goes to the Indian River line, picked up there by Lanfear, who dumps it ahead. In the Massena territory, Adams bounces it right back for Morris. Here comes Jake. Oh, he got railed that time. Tommy Moore trying to come back for the puck, and he comes up with it. Drops it back on the defense, Thompson. Thompson, cross-ice pass to Schneider. Schneider to Bigelow. Bigelow taken out of the play, and Palmer comes back to help out. They jam for it. Where's the puck? It goes back in Indian River. Ambrose now beating it ahead. Schneider picks it up, bangs it. Bigelow across the blue line, and back out again. Now Adams comes back for it. Mike moves it ahead, goes by everybody. It's picked up by Ryan Lanfear. Lanfear trying to go ahead. Jake Morris steps in front, intercepts, drops it back to Schneider. About 10 seconds left. Looks like they're just going to play out the string here as it comes to Schneider. Yep, that's what they're going to do. 4, 3, 2, 1. That'll take care of the period right there. And so the Massena Red Raiders will go into the intermission with a 2-1 lead on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. WMSA, Massena, New York. High school hockey, the Red Raiders and the Warriors of Indian River.
You know, Jerry, they let that last minute and 1 second, 61 seconds, was played between the blue lines.
Yeah.
And I don't think Massena wants to do that against this club. They've got to get the puck up into that offensive end because the Indian River Warrior defense is suspect. I think they'll be successful if they do that. If they play between the blue lines and allow Indian River to come out easily, those first two units led by Ed Palmer and Kevin Fleming are dangerous. They are legitimate.
So it's a 2-1 score for Massena. The Raiders lead it. We again want to tell you our broadcast is brought to you by the A-Plus Mini Market, downtown Massena, by Agway, the family farm, home, and garden center, South Main Street, Massena, by Collins Brothers, Sunny Service Station, East Orvis Street, Reynolds Metals, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant. Working together, their quality shines through. By the
Massena. At 13:33, I believe it was a power play goal. Was it? No. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Scotty Murphy really bolting down that left side. A nice lead pass from Brett Schneider in around the defenseman and bounced one off Darrell Eggleston's elbow.
Okay, Palmer against Tracy. Off the draw, comes back to Indian River territory. Ambrose, the big defenseman, feeds it to the Massena line. Adams is there, trying to drop it to Schneider, goes behind him. And Brett feeds it back to Mike Adams. Headman to Tracy. Here comes Tracy to McCracken across the blue line. Murphy follows. Murphy in the high slot, takes it into the corner. Centering pass intercepted there by Brett Russell. And back comes Indian River. Russell and Krieger into the zone. Russell trying to go by. Schneider takes him into the boards heavily. And the puck picked up by McCracken. McCracken poked away, but Mike Adams is there to follow up. Adams, headman right on the stick of Tracy. Tracy feeds it into the zone. That'll be an icing call against Massena. Meant for McCracken a little bit too far. And icing the call. Face-off will move back into Massena territory.
Number 18, Scott Krieger of the Warriors. I'm going to guess he's probably about 5'11", and he's a good stocky 180, 185. Well, he just ran into Scotty McCracken behind the Raider net, who was 5'6" and 145. And I'll tell you, Mr. Krieger ended up flat in his back.
Off the face-off. Puck comes in behind. Thompson from Massena. Thompson back passes around the boards for Whitcup. Whitcup leaves for Fauché, and Fauché starts out. Clears the zone. Headman pass to Davis. Goes under his stick. And deep in Indian River territory. Davis into the corner after. Left side of the goalie. Back to Thompson on the fly. The shot deflected right in front by Fauché, but goes wide. Puck around the boards. Thompson steps in front of it in the corner. Dumps it in behind the net again. After his Lanfear, the defenseman, he jams for it along with Fauché. They fight along the boards. Fauché to Davis, and he misfired on it. He was in the high slot. Couldn't get the good shot off. It comes back to center ice. Timmy Thompson is there to dump it right back in the zone. Coming back for it is Lanfear. Lanfear in behind his own net. Davis steps in front of it as he was pretty well tied up by Fauché. Now Whitcup takes a whack at it. But the puck, comes out to center ice. Levac can't control it into the Massena line. Thompson is there. Thompson jams along with Lanfear, but the puck's back out to center ice. Ryan Lanfear, the Lanfear defenseman, feeds it ahead. It goes to Sean Lanfear into the zone, but Levac is there to break up the play. Now Levac falls down. Whitcup comes back to help out. Puck still in the zone. Comes in behind the net. Whitcup throws a check. Thompson picks up the puck and starts out left side of the goalie. Headman out to center ice. Darren Ambrose, the big defenseman, dumps it right back in. That's going to be an offsides against the Warriors.
Good shift for that unit of Joey Fauché, Bobby Whitcup, and Ed Davis. They decided what they should be doing. They played that entire shift up in the Indian River end. They dumped the puck in and got in and forechecked on this inexperienced Indian River defense, and they gave them fits. And I guess Bobby Whitcup is okay. He's back out there and had a real good shift.
Off the face-off, Jake Morris's line. We have a whistle. We're going to have a high sticking call against Tommy Moore, I believe. Yep.
And Mel Tamalte's calling Tommy for high sticking. It happened right down in front of us. We were actually blocked off unless we lean over our vantage spot here, and we're not able to see the near side. But he was emphatic about it, high sticking.
Off the face-off, Massena trying to kill a penalty. Of course, Palmer's out there. You know that. Jake Morris and Bigelow are the two up men on the penalty-killing effort. We've got Tommy Post and Mike Adams back. Of course, Palmer's out there. Brett Russell and Scott Krieger. And Palmer backhands it into the Massena zone. Mike Adams is there, and he dumps it all the way down the ice. In fact, it's right on, and Eggleston has to make the save. Leaves it for Lanfear. Ryan Lanfear, the defenseman, out to center ice. Intercepted. Post dumps it. Now here comes Palmer. Palmer breaks across the blue line. His stick is tied up by Bigelow from behind, and that forces an offside. Good job by Jeff Bigelow to break up the play.
Ed Palmer just ready to unload a big slap shot, but hard-working Jeff Bigelow back-checked and lifted the stick. Also on that power play, he's got his other big gun. He, by the Indian River coach Turgeon, has Kevin Fleming out there. Had him out there on that power play.
Off the face-off, the puck controlled by O'Donnell. O'Donnell trying to take it across the Massena line. Back out again. Palmer has to wait. Here's Palmer now. Headmans it. Comes to Schneider. Schneider dumps it down the ice. And it goes in behind the net. And it's left for O'Donnell. Here comes O'Donnell. Out to center ice. McCracken trying to catch up with him. O'Donnell takes it across. Takes it into the corner. Looking for Palmer. Cruising into the slot. Didn't see him. He was kind of semi-open there. Back to the point it comes. Bounces in behind the net. Schneider whacks at it. And it comes over. On the other side, Mike Adams. Down the ice it goes. Again, Massena doing a better job getting it out of the zone this time around. 9 seconds left in the power play. And on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, it's 2-1 Massena. Here comes Palmer, building up ahead of steam, and it has it poke checked by Adams. Palmer follows it in the corner. Here's Palmer with it. Penalty is up. Here's the drive, and the save made by DeRushy. Quick shot by Palmer. Puck comes free, back to the high point. Kept in momentarily, but now it's out. McCracken picks it up over skates. Tommy Moore follows, dumps it in the zone. Now the puck back to the blue line, out to center ice. Picked up by Kevin Fleming. Fleming takes it across. Here's Fleming trying to center it. Goes back to the point. Ambrose, the shot wide. Bounces into the back of the mesh. Is it tied up in the mesh? No. Still sitting there. Picked up by Fleming. Fleming looking. Takes it back out to the point. Taken into the boards, and Adams picks up the loose puck. Fauché, good job there. Now the puck comes free right in front, and Fleming goes after it. Whitcup trying to check him. Here's Fleming. Fauché gets a stick on the puck. Comes to Fleming. Backhander. Save, and a good one by DeRushy. Now the puck picked up by Whitcup, trying to get it out to center ice. He doesn't. Now it comes out to center ice. Murphy breaking down. Here's Murphy, the big drive. Nice save by Darrell Eggleston.
Oh, a booming shot to the glove side by Scotty Murphy. And as you said, Darrell Eggleston, super save. Stayed tough, stayed on his feet, cut the angle down. Down on the other end of the ice, two Raiders. That Ed Palmer is dangerous. It two men to try to bring him down, and when both the forward and the defenseman left in front of the net to pick him up, number 14, Kevin Fleming, was left all alone in front of the net and just slid the puck wide.
Off the face-off, puck out to center ice. Jake Morris picks it up there. Bigelow trying to drop it back to the defense. Neither of them saw it, and it's back for Timmy Thompson around the boards. Didn't get it out. Now the puck control to center ice, Jake Morris. Morris, headman, Bigelow breaking free. Here comes Bigelow. Can't get the shot. Now he does, and the save made. The rebound back to the point. Thompson, his drive, the big save, the rebound. They jam at it. And a couple of real big saves made by Darrell Eggleston. And there's going to be a face-off. And I think there's going to be a slashing call on Indian River. Yep. Somebody, Jeff Bigelow was in there. He just got railed.
And number 9, Tommy Moore got railed also. I'm looking down. I think it's number 2, or possibly number 20, Darren Ambrose. I can't pick out the number. It's number 2.
Yep.
And I don't have a 2 on my sheet. Okay.
Yeah, that's Corey Hebert.
Oh, Corey Hebert. There it is. I've got him down as 20. Okay. But a nice lead pass at the center. Jake Morris got the puck from his defenseman, drew two guys to him in the neutral zone, slid the puck across to Jeff Bigelow, who broke down the right side and waltzed right in, and Darrell Eggleston stoned him. But in the meantime, he gave up the rebound, and there was a skirmish around.
So Pat Tracy out there with his line mates, Murphy and McCracken. Adams and Schneider at the points. In the face-off circle, the puck picked up by Lanfear. Stolen away, comes back to Schneider at the point. Schneider trying to drop it through, intercepted, and back down the ice it comes. Mike Adams with it now. Palmer's out there killing the penalty. And now Schneider has a problem. Manages to get it ahead to Tracy. Tracy poke checked away from him. Comes to Schneider. Schneider goes to Adams. And Massena starts to move it out. Headman goes down the ice. And it goes in behind the net. After it, McCracken picks up the loose puck trying to center it. But Palmer is there to take it away. And he dumps it back to the point. Schneider, his drive, the save, made the rebound. McCracken, oh, he fired it wide. Around the boards, Adams. Mike with it now. Feeds to McCracken in the corner. Here's McCracken by some traffic. Looking back to the point. Adams goes to Schneider. Schneider's shot bounces wide. The rebound comes back to Adams. Adams centers it right in front. The backhander fired wide by McCracken.
Got another penalty coming up also against Indian River.
McCracken, he missed 2 excellent opportunities.
The first one he had the goalie down and was on his forehand, and all he had to do was pick the top corner and he shot it wide. The second one he was on his backhand and he slid it just off the near post. But good shift by the Raiders on that power play.
That's Landfear interference. Now Massena with a 2-man advantage for a long time, 33 seconds. 8:51 left to go in the second period. On the Corky's Collision scoreboard, the Raiders lead it 2-1.
And with the 2-man advantage, what you want to do here, you want to carry the puck into the offensive zone, not dump it, because you want to retain possession. Carry it in, don't dump it in this situation.
Off the face-off, important to gain possession, they do. Here's Massena controlling, back to the point. Adams fakes the shot, goes to Thompson. Thompson right back to Adams. He tees it up, can't get the shot off to Thompson. Thompson in the slot, Morris shot, deflected just wide by Bigelow. Now Bigelow controls it. Back to the point, Thompson. Thompson feeds Bigelow. Bigelow, the shot deflected right on the rebound, right in front, and it's controlled by Indian River, and they're going to break it out to center ice. Right back comes Bigelow. 1 second left in the first penalty, so they didn't score right away. Here's Adams' shot. Oh, he just missed, and I mean just missed. Thompson lost his stick, but he got it in time to knock down the defenseman breaking out of the zone. Adams now picks it up at his own end. 40 seconds left in the man advantage. Here's Tommy Moore. Intercepted. Thompson takes it across. Thompson through traffic, and it's back out to center ice, and Bigelow has to come back for it. Bigelow drops it to Adams. 7:50 remaining, and 25 seconds in the power play. Here's Morris. He's going to dump and say he wants off. Now the puck goes to Murphy in the corner. Massena getting the first line out there now. Murphy, stick handling it, moves it around, goes to Tracy. Tracy sees McCracken, instead keeps it. Can't get the backhander, goes back to LeBac at the point. His heavy drive, just wide. Bouncing puck, McCracken whacks at it. He can't control. Palmer takes it away. They jam behind the net. Around the boards it goes again. The penalty just about expired. Massena controls, though. Here's Pat Tracy. Tracy in the circle. His shot knocked down, and they break it out to center ice, and that's it for the power play. Here's Palmer. Oh, boy, he threw a check on LeVac, and he's going to be called for elbowing as he got the elbow up. And I'll tell you what, Brian LeVac is a big kid, but Palmer ran right over him like he wasn't even there.
Yeah, Palmer's just a little bigger, but that's not a good penalty for Ed Palmer. He's got to be the leader on this team. The team just killed off a 2-man Massena power play, and then for him to come back and take a penalty like that, I'm calling on Ed Palmer, but it's not, I guess. No, he's gonna... Oh, we missed that one. They're calling it
on Murphy?
On Murphy, and I saw what you saw.
I don't know where that came from.
Level the Massena defenseman, Brian LeVac, but...
that's when Mel called a penalty,
yes.
Called an elbow.
So we'll take that back, Ed Palmer.
I don't know. That one mystifies me. But anyway, Massena clears the puck down the ice. They've got Bigelow and Morris out there, Adams and Schneider, and still on the scoreboard for Corky's Collision, it's still 2-1 Massena.
I'd like to put a clock on Ed Palmer, see how much ice time he's getting out there.
A lot. And he's got the puck right now at center. Oh, nice move. Gets by Morris, takes it, gets by another Massena Raider, and the shot, save made by DeRushy. Quick wrist shot by Palmer. He's got it in the corner. In behind the net, trying to feed it through. The puck knocked away by Schneider. Palmer gets it back. Trying to dump it through. Fleming back to the blue line. It bounces into the corner. Schneider around behind the net. This time he gets it to Adams, who fires it all the way down the ice. And Massena's going to make a line change here. And the puck stolen away. Here's Pat Tracy wasting time. Gets by the defense. Tracy centers it. McCracken is there, but it bounced off a leg. Now in the corner. Still in Indian River territory. Tracy gets a piece of it again. And it's back to the blue line and out to center ice. Brett Russell. Russell trying to shift. Gets by, but Tracy steals. Drops to Schneider, and he dumps it right back down. About 15 seconds left in the man advantage. Still 2-1 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Puck stolen by McCracken. Back to Tracy. Tracy steps by one, trying to get by the other, but it's taken away. And it's dumped down to the Massena blue line. Thompson steals it there, dumps it right back again. That'll take care of the penalty as Murphy comes back out on the ice. So Massena killed that one off. Back out to center ice. Puck controlled by Palmer. Palmer gets by Adams. Here comes Palmer. Sharp angle. Shot saved. The rebound picked up by Adams. And DeRushy stayed with it that time. Outlet pass McCracken poked away from him. And offsides will be the call on Indian River as they take it back in.
Good save, Bruce DeRushy on Ed Palmer. He held his ground. Bruce held his ground, waited, made Ed Palmer make the first move. And Palmer was stymied. He went by, didn't have much to shoot at, just the short side. And Bruce DeRushy hugged that post. Nice job. Another thing the Raiders are going to have to do when they try to take the puck away from Ed Palmer is look him right in the numbers because he's very shifty with that puck. You've got to play the man strictly with him, not the puck.
Off the faceoff, Fauché ahead to Davis. Davis dumps it in the zone. Whitcup trying to race in for it. Can't come up with it. Back to the point. Fauché keeps it in. Into the corner it goes. In behind the net. Whistles around the boards again. And back to the blue line. Thompson. Thompson feeds it for Davis. Davis dumps to Whitcup in the corner. Whitcup trying to move it along the boards. Poked away. Back to the point and out to center ice. Thompson. Here's Thompson's head man. On the backhand. Goes back in Indian River territory. They dump it right back out. Davis drops it for Post. Goes by him. Tommy bangs it off the boards. And it's dumped right back in the Massena zone. Around the boards for Thompson. Thompson to Whitcup. Doesn't get it out of the zone. Whitcup again throws a check. Puck comes free. And around inside of the net. Here comes Indian River trying to get something going. But Davis gets a stick on it. Goes in behind the net. Now the puck hits the side of the net. Thompson there to pick it up. And he starts out. Here's Thompson. Across the red line. Slides it. Goes in the skates. Right back out to center ice. Now the puck picked up by Tommy Post. Post takes it across. Here's Post, left side, trying to slide it in the slot. Nobody there from Massena. And back to the point. Fauché keeps it in. Now Davis takes a whack at it. Somebody threw a big check. That was Post. And the puck is iced out to center ice. Doesn't get all the way. Here's Levac, his drive. As Massena makes a line change. And the puck comes in the corner. Ambrose after it there. Out to center ice. They got a 2-on-1. Here comes Palmer. Palmer centers it across the backhander. Shot saved by DeRushy. And back comes Massena the other way. Here comes Morris across the blue line. The big drive knocked down. The puck goes to Moore in the corner. Tommy tries to center it, taken out of the play. Gets it back again. Feeds it in behind the net. Puck into the corner. Hard check thrown there by Bigelow. As he looks to come up with a puck, he jams for it with Ambrose. Puck squirts free. Morris trying to go back to the point. Pinching in as Schneider. He can't get it. Here comes another 2-on-1. Breaking down. Here comes Palmer. Palmer shot. Fired it wide. And the puck whistles all the way around the boards out to center ice. Back into Indian River zone. Morris. Morris gets by the defenseman. He's got Bigelow. Bigelow can't get the shot off. And it's in behind the net. Morris. Oh, threw a check. The puck comes free. We got a penalty. No, we got a face-off.
Now, it looks like he's going to call a double, I think.
Oh, matching? Okay.
Possibly. You know, the Raiders that time, they dodged the bullet twice. The defenseman got caught up here in the neutral zone, caught in the offensive flow of the play, and two on a line change, two Indian River forwards came off the ice and got behind them, and the long lead pass created a 2-on-1, and one of those guys was number 17, Ed Palmer, and he's dangerous down there. And then right after that, they came back. One of the defensemen pinched, missed the play, and Indian River came out with a 3-on-1 break.
And again, Palmer involved. A couple of good saves by DeRushy. That's Krieger getting the call for roughing. So it was just an Indian River penalty. So Massena on the power play here.
I'm not going to guess any more on these penalties. I've been wrong in every one.
Back to the point, and it's out to center ice as Thompson couldn't keep it in. Now Adams dumps it across the blue line, controlled by the Warriors defense, and up into the stands. Not a good play for Mike O'Donnell as he just flipped it into the stands, which means the faceoff will be back in Indian River territory. 2:42 left in the second period. On the Corky's Collision scoreboard, it's 2-1 Massena.
Full marks for that third unit of Ed Davis, Joey Fauché, and Bobby Whitcup. Had another good shift out there, and it allowed those first two units of Massena to get good rest. Good job by that third unit.
Off the faceoff, puck comes in behind the net. O'Donnell trying to come up with it. Stolen by Murphy. Murphy can't get the shot off, has to go back to the point. Thompson fakes the shot, goes to Pat Tracy, high circle. Here's Tracy, poke checked away. Thompson keeps it in. Dumps it to Tracy. Tracy to Murphy. Murphy in the corner. Here comes Murphy in behind the net. Looking. Still has it. Goes back to Adams at the point. Adams over to Thompson. Thompson winds. The shot wide. The rebound. Murphy whacks it around. It's going to come to Tracy. Tracy trying to get by a check. He gets tied up. They jam for it. And where is it? It's bouncing high in the air. Comes out to center ice. Right there is McCracken. Scotty, headman pass to Murphy. Murphy looks, feeds McCracken, breaking through to Tracy, but it bounced off a leg. Tracy was all by himself. Puck goes in the corner to Tracy. Tracy bounces it back to the point. Here's Adams looking to tee it up. Can't get the shot off. Goes back in behind the net. Murphy lets it go through. Tracy picks it up. Less than a minute to play in the penalty, and Tracy has it poked away, and Indian River controls it out to center ice. And they're just going to dump it. Goes in behind the Massena net. 45 seconds in the power play. 2 minutes in the period. Massena ahead 2-1. Here comes McCracken. McCracken's headman knocked down. He's going to find it, though. Pokes it free. Goes into the corner. After it, there's Ambrose. Doesn't clear the zone. Jake Morris has it poked away. Mike Adams with it. Adams to an open wing. Bigelow. Bigelow slides it across and gets knocked into the boards. Kept in the zone for a moment, but it's back out to center ice. Here comes Brett Russell. Across the blue line, taken away by Schneider. Schneider feeds more on the left wing. And we have a penalty. And Brett Schneider is going to be called behind the play.
That one hurts, but they're both going to go.
Oh, they're both going. Okay, they're both
roughing
mixing
and
it up.
possibly maybe interference against Brett. But I was going to say, if it was just away from the play gone up to the other end, and when you take a penalty like that. But evidently there was something that preceded that. Number 6, Brett Russell, excuse me, I think roughed Brett Schneider, and Brett retaliated.
So we've got a 4-on-3 power play for 15 seconds.
That last shift out there, the Pat Tracy, Scotty McCracken, Scott Murphy shift was an excellent shift. They controlled the play, almost had the puck on a string. The way they passed around to look for each other.
Okay, I don't know what they're talking to the score clock about here, but
they're both roughing, Jerry.
Both roughing?
Yep, Russell and Schneider both were roughing.
So it'll be a 4-on-3 power play for about 15 seconds. 1:38 left to go in the second period. And on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, it's 2-1 Massena. So a tenuous lead, to say the least.
Yes, it is. And the first period we didn't mention, but there are only 2 penalties. This period, it's got a little chippier. There were 7 penalties called. I don't know what the delay is here, but Mel Tamalti is trying to explain it to the Indian River players that are in the penalty box. I'm not sure.
Apparently what they're going to do is they're matching minors, so they're not going to go 4-on-3. It'll be 5-on-4. I thought they did away with that foolish rule, but apparently they haven't. So if they call coincidentals, then they don't take a man off.
Coach Tommy Turgeon thought they did away with it, too. He wasn't too pleased.
Well,
he should be, though. It's to his advantage.
Yes, sir. Bigelow dumps to an open wing. Faucher's on the wing now. Here's Faucher in the corner. Looking, takes it in behind. Goes to Bigelow. Bigelow with it. Back to the point. Feeding it through. That's Thompson. Thompson. Now the penalty is up. Here's Bigelow. Back to Bigelow. I should say Faucher to Bigelow. Back to the point. Into Bigelow again. Here's Bigelow taken away. Gets it back again. Trying to slide it to the point, but it's intercepted and dumped down the ice. And racing for it is Kevin Fleming. Here's Fleming. Poke checked away by Thompson. Bigelow picks up the loose puck. Feeds for Faucher on the other side. Faucher gets by the man. We got a 2-on-2. Here's Faucher with Morris. Joey across the line. Into the slot. And the shot. And a save made, and a good one by goaltender Darrell Eggleston, as Joey Faucher just made a little turn and got by the defenseman. Got a good shot off.
Nice move by Joey Faucher. Coming down that right side, as you said, a 2-on-2. Basically, it's a 1-on-1 for the defenseman. Just play the man, but he gave him a little fake, and that Indian River defenseman went for the puck. Joey went around him and got off a nice shot, but Darrell Eggleston equal to the task. Good save. And I'm impressed with him. He's made some nice saves, and Coach Tom Turgeon thought that they might be a little weak there.
So far, that's not been the case. 2-1 the score. Massena leads it. 50 seconds left in the second period. Pat Tracy's line out now against the Palmer line. Off the draw, puck sits in the circle, and it goes back to the point. Adams trying to come up with it. Did he? He did. He feeds it into McCracken. On the dasher boards, picked off the boards by O'Donnell, but not out. Murphy trying to go back to the point. Palmer, and he manages to move it out to center ice. Here comes Palmer, 1-on-1 with Adams. His shot, save, and a good one by DeRushy. I'll tell you what, It's a good thing DeRushy's there. Back to the point. Here's a drive. Oh, McCracken sacrifices the body, as you like to say, Dave, and blocked that one. Here comes Massena's McCracken again, trying to chase it down in the corner. McCracken gets by a check, comes up with a puck to Murphy. Murphy, where is it? McCracken gets railed, and it's picked up by Indian River as they started out again. Ambrose. And that's Palmer. His shot from center ice, and the save is made at the buzzer. And so we're going to go to the intermission with just a 1-goal Massena lead. No scoring in that second period.
No scoring, but again, as an ex-coach, you can't say enough about the play that number 11, Scotty McCracken, just pulled off. Or as you mentioned, he sacrificed his body. He's done that over and over again. Right, 9 seconds of the period, screen situation in front, the puck coming back to the point, a big booming shot by Ambrose, but number 11, Scotty McCracken, threw his body in front of it. I'll tell you, that hurts. It doesn't matter if you've got pads or not. It was a heavy shot. Body in front of it, kicked the puck out of the zone. You just can't describe that. I know how Stanley feels about that. He's such a valuable asset to this club.
Well, there's no question about that, and a good job he did. 2-1 our score, and we're going to take a break now. But before we do, we want to remind you
after 2 periods, play a tight game, and he's got his wish. He is close, and with that big machine of Ed Russell and also number 14, Kevin Fleming, anything can happen in this third period.
Well, that's for sure. I guess we can drag out the old cliche again. Next goal is a big one.
It is. That's so true. The next goal is a big one. Penalties in the first period. It was a mild as far as the chippiness. Only 2 penalties in the first period. 1 to Massena, 1 to Indian River. The intensity and the chippiness picked up a little in the second period. Massena picked up 3 penalties and Indian River 4 for a total of 7. No scoring in that period. We'll just quickly recap the goal scoring, all done in the first period. The 31 mark, Pat Tracy on an assist from Scotty Murphy and Brett Schneider. The Raiders led 1-0. Right back a minute later at the 9:31 mark, Ed Russell from, Brett Russell. I keep wanting to call him Ed. Brett Russell from Ed Palmer on a power play. And Massena back with a power play at the 13:33 mark. Scott Murphy from Brett Schneider and Scott McCracken. There are the official saves for the second period. Massena 8 saves, and the goaltender Darryl Eggleston 10 for, as we mentioned, a 2-period total of 16 for Brewster Rushy and 17 for Darryl Eggleston.
Massena really has had the better chances in the hockey game, but they've only gotten 2 past goaltender Eggleston. Indian River's gotten 1. It's a tight ball game, and the Raiders got to come out here strong in the third period and try to capitalize.
Right, those those good scoring chances, they don't count up in that.
That's right.
Up in that W column, and as I say, the coaches lament about this. We had good scoring chances. You can outshoot a club, you can out attempt them, and you can have a lot better scoring chances. But you've got to put it behind that goaltender. And as it stands right now, the Raiders have only put 1 more past Darryl Eggleston than the Warriors put past Brewster Rushy. 2-1.
Off the face-off, Tracy against Palmer. The bouncing puck comes to the Massena blue line, sits there. Everybody bypasses it. Finally, it comes into the Massena zone, but not very far as Murphy picks it up and dumps it to an open wing. Back to Indian River blue line. Bouncing to the Massena blue line. Back out to center ice. Controlled by Palmer. Palmer poked away, takes it across, and trying to center it, but it goes by everybody. In the corner, Brett Schneider off the glass gets his stick tied up, and Pat Tracy helps out. Feeding it around the boards for Murphy. Murphy doesn't quite get to it. Now he does. Sliding it, but not out as Palmer keeps it in. Where's the puck? In the corner. Picked up there by Mike Adams. Adams feeds Schneider. Schneider moving it down the sideline. McCracken. McCracken and Palmer tie him up. And the puck comes over to Fauché, who's out there now. Fauché has it taken away from him, and it's back in the zone. Schneider bounces away and goes right on to Rushy. Now Adams with it. Steps by a check. Has it taken away. Puck in the corner. They jam for it there. And where is it? It's still free, apparently. Now Fauché in the fray, and he comes away with it. Has it taken off his stick by Palmer. Bit of a mismatch in size there, but Fauché stays with it and takes the puck out to center ice. Headman's to Tommy Moore. Or no, that's McDonald. McDonald in on the right wing side. Here's McDonald in behind the net trying to drop it, but Palmer is there. Doesn't get it out. Kept in. Whoa, nice hard check thrown as Thompson, but there's an offsides call. And the faceoff will move outside the zone, or a hand pass, I guess, as Thompson knocked it out of the air with his glove.
An excellent shift by the Indian River Warriors, big line of Ed Palmer, Brett Russell, and Scott Krieger that time. They had Massena bottled up in their own end.
It's Fleming's line out there now against Fauché, McDonald, and Davis for Massena. Off the faceoff. Puck goes out to center ice. Thompson is there to bounce it ahead to McDonald, who feeds it in the slot, but picked up there on the defense by Lanfear. Lanfear, does he get it out? He comes out to center ice. Thompson throws the check. McDonald drops it over to Davis across the blue line. He's taken out of the play, comes away with it somehow. Here's Davis looking, and in behind the net. Davis along the boards, looking to move it, comes away with it. Centering pass right, goes back to the point. Here's the big drive through traffic, the save in the slot, shot just wide. Good chance for McDonald, and he fired it wide. Puck in the corner again. Back to the point, kept in at the point. Still bounces around in Indian River territory. McDonald races for it. He keeps it in. Bouncing puck goes into the corner. Fleming comes back for it. He's got it. Fleming along the boards. Davis gets a stick on it. Back to the blue line. Fauché dumps it right back in again. Back in the corner. McDonald races for. Oh, he threw a hard check. Hard check. Center's right in front. Davis shot. Score!
I'll tell you, that was a rich lead. McDonald, Danny McDonald, that whole line, they richly deserved that goal. They just bottled up Indian River in their own end, kept pressing. The culmination was when Danny McDonald went in and threw a devastating check on the Indian River defenseman, knocked him flat in his back, and then had the presence of mind, dig the puck out of the corner, and threw it out to Eddie Davis, who was all alone, and he made no mistake. A great shift by that third unit. Big goal.
Ed Davis getting the goal. McDonald. And that was, he made the goal. Now here comes Massena's second line, the Morris line out there now. Bigelow's got the puck in the corner, has it taken away by Ambrose. But he's got it right in front. They jam, and the goaltender picks it up with a glove. As Tommy Moore battling in front of the net, as he's done so often this year. And he almost got a stick on it, but goaltender Eggleston gloved it first.
Officially, 229, Ed Davis from Danny McDonald. Big goal.
Big goal for Massena. Off the faceoff, puck comes right across the crease, racing for it. Moore, he gets rubbed into the boards. The puck sits there. Bigelow comes in to help out. He and Palmer, and Bigelow comes away with it. Good job by Jeff. Looking to center it. He and Palmer tied up. Now Moore picks it up. Is going to go back to Schneider at the point. Schneider bounces it, but it's controlled by Indian River out to center ice. Picked up there by Hebert. Hebert feeds Palmer. Here comes Palmer trying to grow wide. He falls down. It's poked away by Schneider. Now Palmer trying to pick it up again. And we got what?
Yeah, he's got Ed Bigelow for tripping. He did, yes. Yeah, he chopped the feet right out from under him.
So Jeff Bigelow gets the gate for tripping, and Massena will have to kill a penalty here. 11:48 remaining in the third period on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Massena leads 3-1.
That Ed Palmer, as we keep alluding, he's a package. Previous shift, Scotty Murphy went to check him, and he turned him inside out. Scotty still doesn't know what he did with the puck.
So Massena will have to try to kill this one off. Pat Tracy takes the face off. It comes to Adams. Mike looks for the hole. Finds it out to center ice. Here comes McCracken racing for it. He's going to let it go instead, as he would have been in too deep by the time he caught up with it. Now Palmer. Here comes Palmer with the puck. He's going to pass it out to center ice. Knocked down, and Thompson backhands it free again. Now Tracy, threw a wicked check, and McCracken whacks at it, and it bounces high in the air, deep in the territory of Indian River. Now Indian River moving it out again. That's Big Palmer down the left wing side. McCracken just takes him into the boards, and the puck dumped by Thompson again. Scotty McCracken. I'll tell you what, Palmer's got to be a foot taller at least and about 50 pounds heavier, and he just took him into the boards. Now breaking down again. Here comes Indian River into the Massena zone. Thompson gets a stick on it, but it goes in the corner. Bouncing to Palmer at the 45, right side of the goalie. Here's Palmer, back to the point. They move it around. Palmer, his pass intercepted, but back to the point it comes. Morris gets in front of the shot into the corner. Now after it is Fleming in behind the net. Palmer picks up the puck. Here's Palmer trying to center it right in front, but it bounced off a leg out to center ice. Here comes Fauché. He's going to pick up the puck. Fauché. And what do we got? Who are they going to call?
Number 6, definitely. He hauled down Jake Morris. The Raiders would have.
They got to call Morris because otherwise it would have been a delay call.
Okay.
They're going to call Morris for the penalty.
Oh, he's going to call him interference. Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, again, I'm not paid for officiating.
I think the Massena coaching staff is quite upset with that call.
Oh, yeah.
So
Captain Pat Tracy is questioning, but it's not going to do him any good. But the gentleman in this striped shirt's made the call, and that's the one's going to stand.
Big face-off win for Pat Tracy. 7 seconds left in the first penalty. So it is a two-man advantage right now. Here comes Palmer, feeding it ahead into the Massena zone. Bad pass by Palmer. That was not a smart play, and Massena gets a man back. Back in behind the net, it's Ryan Lanfear. Feeds it. Palmer's headman pass. Controlled there by Russell. Russell to the blue line. It's dumped back down the ice by Brett Schneider.
Russell got railed by Pat Tracy that time. Great check.
Russell comes back for the puck now. Headman pass. Here's Palmer again. Palmer takes it in the corner. Trying to center it. Knocked down. Puck into the corner. Now controlled. Palmer comes looking for it. Russell's got it. Back to Palmer. Here's a shot. Ouch. That had to hurt. Went off the leg. And it's out to center ice. Here comes Bigelow. Bigelow breaking for the net is Adams. Right to Adams, and he misfired on it. And now back the other way. The puck just comes to McCracken, and he waits and dumps it right back down the ice. And Mike Adams, if that had connected, it would have been a goal. Now Russell trying to dump it ahead to Palmer. Palmer's been out in the ice for an hour and a half now, and he's got to be getting tired. I don't care how good he is. Here he goes. He's off the ice. Fauché with a puck. 5 seconds left in the man advantage, and that's going to take care of it right there. Real nice job of killing the penalty by Massena Red Raiders. Here comes the check, but across the blue line is Fleming. Fleming trying to feed it to Russell. The puck comes behind the net. McCracken picks it up. Headman pass Murphy. Murphy feeds Fauché, breaking. Here's Fauché across the blue line. Fauché drop pass. McCracken in the slot. Shot. And a big save made as it goes up off the ice surface. And a nice save by Eggleston. A nice pass play by Massena.
Oh, just the way you diagram it up on the chalkboard and run it in practice. A 3-on-2, and Joey Fauché cut to the right side, drew the defenseman over to him. The near side defenseman feathered it backhand pass back in the slot to Scotty McCracken, and he just let go a rocket. And Darrell Eggleston, another great save. But a beautiful play.
Okay, we've got Fauché's line out. Fauché, McDonald, and Davis off the face, right back to the point. Good face-off. Thompson's shot goes off a leg. Over on the other side, Levac feeds it to Davis in the corner. Davis dumps it behind the net. McDonald is there. From Massena, centering pass right in front, but it's intercepted back out to center ice. Thompson from Massena. Delay off sides, but it's back out by Indian River. Now the puck poked away. Comes back to the red line. Picked up by Ambrose. Dumps in the Massena zone. Thompson is there for the Raiders. Long left wing pass right on the stick of Davis. Here comes Davis across. Gets by the defenseman. Looking in front for McDonald. Back to Thompson. His drive hit the goalpost, I think, after a save by goaltender Eggleston. And Indian River doesn't clear the zone. Bouncing back in, goes in behind the net. And picked up by big defenseman Ambrose. This time he does manage to clear it down the ice. But it jumped over a stick, and they waved the icing off. And back to pick it up is Levac. Levac starts out. Palmer forechecking. Levac, headman pass right on the stick. Here comes Tommy Moore. Moore across, but he's all by himself. Now Jake Morris trying to come out and help out. Back to the point. Mike Adams with it. Adams pass intercepted. And back comes Palmer. Palmer taken out of the play by Adams. Here's a quick shot in behind the net. Tommy post after loses it. Palmer gets tied up behind the net. Adams picks up the loose puck. And he gets hauled down. And there's going to be a penalty on that. And the Indian River player goes right to the box. He knew it. That's Brett Russell.
I'm not going to venture a guess till I look over and look down and make sure who's in the box, because I'm 4 for 4. I've had the four times I've anticipated what the call was going to be, and I've been wrong every time. But Ed Russell did trip him on that one. You mentioned Ed Palmer out there. He's probably logging 10, 11 minutes of ice time per period. And when he's out there, all eyes are on him. That's why he's so dangerous. Even the Raider players that away from the puck are concentrating on Ed Palmer, which leaves somebody open in front sometime.
Off the face-off, the puck goes back in the Massena zone. Mike Adams with it. Feeds it to Fauché, gets upended. Here comes Fauché. Moving it out to center ice, Jake Morris. Morris lost it in his skates, finds it. Feeds Bigelow. Bigelow trying to split the D. Gets to Morris. Morris moves it, sets it up. Cross-ice pass, Mike Adams. The big drive through traffic, just wide. Bounces all the way back to Schneider at the other point. Schneider feeds Morris. Here's Jake. The shot goes off a leg up into the wall as he hit Darren Ambrose with the shot. Ouch.
We mentioned before the Raider defensemen doing something that they should on that power play. They keep that shot nice and low. And this is something that they practice a lot. And I'll tell you, if you're a forward, when you practice, we used to have a drill, a tip drill. When you're standing in front of that net and those defensemen are firing that puck, you hope and pray that they keep it low.
And Palmer wins the faceoff and fires it down the ice. So big Ed Palmer's right back out there again. Puck in behind the Massena net. They start to move it out. McCracken, as we got the first unit out there. Headman to Murphy. Murphy trying to feed to Tracy. He can't quite catch up with it. It comes right in on net and into the corner. Tracy feeds McCracken, circling behind. McCracken has it taken away from him. The puck bounces around. Now it's controlled by Hebert, and Hebert takes it down the ice and slides it into the... Whoa, took a weird bounce at the door, and Adams comes back to pick it up. Over to Schneider. 20 seconds left in the power play. Murphy, long headman pass, intercepted again. Dump back to the Massena line. Now the headman pass comes to Murphy. Murphy trying to catch up with it. He can't, but it's kept in by Tracy at the point. Pat Tracy with it. Moving it back to the blue line. Schneider kicks at it. Is it still in? It's still in the zone. Somehow it goes to McCracken. Good job by Tracy. McCracken sets up. Back to Adams at the point, and he has it taken away, and Palmer brings it, but Adams takes it right back again, dumps it in the zone, and Mike didn't see that McCracken was deep, and so he gets called on the offside, and the penalty is up.
Jerry, 6:16 left in the third period. This is a stage of the ball game. You'd like more goals, but you really don't need them, and so as a defenseman, you don't pinch unless you're absolutely sure, and if you're under pressure in your own end and you can't find an open forward, you dump it. You take the icing. You don't, defensive hockey is the theme right now.
The score is 3-1 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, and the puck comes to the Massena blue line. In the zone, here comes Fleming. In behind the net, he's still got it, trying to center it, but it goes off a leg. Tommy Post. Post gets tied up behind the net, slides it over to Thompson. Thompson gets upended, and there's going to be a penalty on who?
Tommy Post.
Tommy Post,
he's going to call him for, he's calling him high sticking. Tommy's had a good game today. Again, that was another borderline call, but I thought he's had a good, solid game today. This is a big one here with 5:59 left. See who the Raiders send out there to kill, Jerry. They're coming with Jake Morris and
Jeff Bigelow.
Yep. Defensive pair of Mike Adams and Timmy Thompson.
So it's 3-1 Massena on the Bob Post scoreboard. Off the faceoff, puck goes back to the point. Here's a shot, glove save by DeRushy, and he holds on. That came right back to the point, and Mike O'Donnell, and he got the quick shot out, but it was chest high.
Jake Morris hasn't lost too many draws this year, but he did lose that one. This is another big face-off, and he's going against Big Ed Palmer.
And Palmer wins the draw again. Into the corner it goes, controlled there by Brent Russell. Russell drops it to Palmer at the 45. Right side of DeRushy, centering pass knocked down, and Jake picks it up and finds the hole, dumps it, and Mike Adams races for it. And he says, well, I'm not going to catch up with it. He turns around and goes back.
He wants to think defense here also.
That's for sure. Okay, here comes Big Palmer. Palmer across the blue line, trying to get by, and he does. Here's Palmer in behind the net. Morris just bothering him. Centers it, goes back to the point. Here's a shot wide. Thompson whistles it around the boards. It comes back to the point again. And in behind the net. Hit the back of the net. Thompson takes a whack at it. Palmer's back at the point now, and he's got it. Here's Palmer. Looking. Over on the other side. They jam for it. And the puck knocked down, goes into the circle. And again, that time Adams sacrificed. It comes to Bigelow. Jeff pokes at it, doesn't get it out of the zone. And it comes into the corner. Here's an opportunity right in front and high over the net and behind the net again. Now they move it behind. Palmer looking. Back in the slot area. Bigelow comes up with a puck. Doesn't get it out again. Here's a shot from the point knocked down. Jake Morris, and he finds the hole and dumps it down the ice. Massena missed a couple of opportunities to clear the zone, but they did finally. Still 3-1 Massena. Bob Post, State Farm Insurance scoreboard, and the penalty is up, and Post is back on the ice, and he heads for the end, and he goes after the puck in the corner. Here's Post. Looks to me like he really didn't like it. He gets hauled down, and back the other way comes Indian River, but McCracken is there to break it up. Feeds Tracy across the blue line, trying to dump it to McCracken in the corner as Tracy gets railed. McCracken to Tracy, but diving out is Eggleston, and he made a real good play that time. To make, really wasn't a save, but the puck was headed for Tracy's stick, and he jumped on it.
Good hustle by Pat Tracy and Scotty McCracken created that situation down in there. Shouldn't have been there, but they're just determination and hustle. And Darrell Eggleston, a nice save. Again, 4:06 left. The Raiders don't need another goal. They want to think defense at this stage of the game.
3-1 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. They've got Fauché out there with McDonald and Davis. Face off right side. Controlled by Davis. Back to the point. Here's the back shot. Glove save made by Eggleston.
Joey Fauché, I'd like to have the chart on him on face-offs this year. He's really a sniper when it comes to stealing that face-off. Excellent face-off man.
He's facing off against Corey Hebert to the right side of the goalie, Eggleston. Off the face, and the puck goes into the corner. And back to the point, kept in again by Levac. Whistles around the boards. McDonald goes after it in the corner. Throws a check. The puck comes free and bounces to the side of the net and goes right on. And the goalie almost scored on himself as he just kind of nonchalanted it. Fauché keeps the puck in. Feeds for Davis. Taken away by Ambrose. Back to the blue line. Is it out? Finally. They get it out to center ice. It sits there, bouncing around. Finally, Davis drops it to Levac. Levac's headman knocked down. Back into the zone. Oh, McDonald is there. Defeated back out. And comes back across the blue line. Back out again. Schneider feeds for McDonald. It's intercepted, but Levac is there. 3:18. Headman pass Davis. He breaks across the blue line. He's got McDonald streaking for the net, but he fires it right on, and the save is made. And McDonald got pushed into the net, but they're going to call a face-off outside the zone. I guess they rule he may have been able to avoid that.
Another good line opportunity, good shift that time for Joey Fauché's line. Exerted all kinds of pressure on Indian River. Ed Davis had the puck in the corner that time, a very tough angle. He didn't see Danny McDonald break to the net. But a good shift that time for Joey Fauché, Ed Davis, and Danny McDonald.
McDonald really has had an excellent game.
Yes, he has. That whole line's had an excellent game.
So the faceoff will be outside Indian River territory. 3:09 remaining to play. Our broadcast brought to you by Hahn Welding Supply, the Massena Super Duper, Massena General Contracting, and Massena Building Supply. Off the faceoff, Moore fires it, Indian River territory. Back to the blue line, and it slowly slides out to center ice. Moore after it there. It comes back into the Massena zone. Palmer right back again. They jam for it. Did Palmer get knocked down? That's got to be a first in this game. And the puck goes into the corner, Massena zone. Dipsy doodling there. Here's a backhand shot, and the save made by DeRushy. He kind of fell down. But now Thompson in the corner. He and Palmer jam. They push and shove, and the puck's still bouncing around. It comes free. Thompson slides it over to Adams. Good job there by Timmy Thompson. And Mike Adams breaks it out. 2.5 left. And Adams takes a whack at it. Missed it. He got hooked from behind, and I think they got that penalty. No, it's going to be an offsides.
Just an offside, or he might have called him for dumping the puck over the boards. I'm not sure, but it's a good job. You mentioned Timmy Thompson, yeoman work down in there. He battled 2 or 3 Indian River players.
Including Palmer.
Including Palmer, who was really a load, and came out of there with a puck. Good job. 2:25 left in the third period and in the ball game.
3-1 the score. Massena leads. McCracken takes the puck. Whacks at it. Comes to Murphy. Murphy just dumps it into the corner. Comes in behind the net. The Warriors break it, but not out. Tracy, the big drive, and he wound up too high, but McCracken picks up the rebound, makes a good little shifty move, centers it right across the goal crease, and we got a penalty on Indian River, and the puck is still moving, and there's going to be a penalty, I believe, against who now?
Can't pick up the number, but he's going to call him for charging, I believe.
Yeah. And Massena will go on the power play with 2 minutes left.
It's Palmer.
It is Palmer. I thought so. I didn't think there's anybody else out there that big.
He had to figure out a way to get a rest, and I guess that's one way.
Yeah.
Palmer, number 17,
Charging the call. So Palmer gets the gate for charging. And on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, it's 3-1 for Massena. Broadcast also brought to you by Massena Savings and Loan, Bogosian's Carpet and Furniture, North Country Sports, and the Seacom Federal Credit Union. Here's a shot deflected right in front, and the goaltender, Eggleston, who has had a great day, is right on top of it.
Excellent, Darrell Eggleston. Excellent save. Nice play back to the point. Low shot. Jeff Bigelow, a nice standing in front, unguarded, and made a deflection, but Eggleston caught it up under the crook of the arm. Good save.
Off the face-off, Jake Morris trying to drop it back to the point. It's intercepted out to center ice. A hard check thrown. Here comes Fleming in behind the net. He still got it. Fleming circling top of the face-off circle. Backhander goes high over the net. In behind, they jam for it. Here's a shot knocked down, controlled by Lanfear. Lanfear's pass intercepted, and Morris breaks out. Here comes Jake Morris across the blue line now on the off wing, trying to backhand it. Follows it into the corner himself. Goes over on the other side. The puck comes to Bigelow from Moore. Bigelow right in front. Here's Bigelow's shot, and he fired it wide. Back to Adams. He drives it, and the save made. Back to Thompson at the other point. Fakes the shot. Goes to Bigelow in the corner. Jeffrey with a puck now. Back to the point, Thompson. Fakes the shot, goes by. Here's Thompson, sharp angle. Ooh, deflected off a skate of Tommy Moore. Back to the point, Thompson. Thompson trying to feed it Bigelow. The puck bounces out to center ice. And here's an opportunity for Kevin Fleming. Oh, his shot goes off Adams' shin. And that probably hurt a little bit, even with the padding. Here's Mike Adams with it. 14 seconds left in the penalty. Adams headman pass. Thompson has it poked away. And the Indian River player got the worst of that. Here's Mike Adams feeding it ahead for Murphy. He tripped over the puck as it got caught in his skate and dumped down the ice. DeRushy has to make a save. Kind of running around right now.
Yeah, Timmy Thompson has drilled two Indian River players out there, the hardest checks of the year. He really sent out a couple of solid checks. One on number 14, Kevin Fleming.
Right there, Ed Palmer and Brian Levac got mixed up, and Levac ended up on his back. And Palmer, as Brian was getting up, just tapped him with a stick and the good hustle or something. He's a nice player, Ed Palmer. He really is. And boy, I'll tell you what, he gets plenty of ice time. Offside, Murphy tried to stay onside and couldn't. We're down to 15 seconds. We'll, I guess we can put this in the W column for the Massena Red Raiders.
Yes, Ed Palmer, one thing he can't complain of, he can't complain of lack of ice time. But he is a quality player. There's no question about it.
And he's only going to show up with one assist, but I'll tell you what, he makes things happen when he's out there. And he caused Massena to play maybe a little more defensive game than they're used to. Murphy just got away with one as the puck comes back in the Massena zone. 3 seconds, and that's going to take care of it right there. So the Red Raiders win it 3-1, but it was not an easy victory. And they had to play carefully.
No, it wasn't an easy victory. It was a hard-fought battle, a tooth and nail, right to the end by the Indian River Warriors. I was impressed by the performance they put up here tonight. In fact, the game was in question until the third goal, which was at the 2:29 mark. And as you mentioned, Jerry, the third goal would be a big one, and the next goal would be a big one. And it certainly was. Ed Davis on assist from Danny McDonald, and that whole line doing yeoman work and great forechecking. And the goal was set up by a devastating check by Danny McDonald in the corner, who flattened the Indian River defenseman, picked up the puck and slid it out to Ed Davis, who made no mistake in front. But it was a good game, and that's excellent game. Another enjoyable game. Like seems like all the Raiders games have been enjoyable, but Indian River really impressed me. And before we go, I do want to wish Merry Christmas to you and to all our fans out there in the listening area for a safe and happy holiday, and also Happy Hanukkah to all our Jewish friends. I think this is the first day of Hanukkah.
Yes. Well, again, the big goal of the period, Ed Davis getting the goal. McDonald, though, doing the yeoman's work in the corner, as you mentioned, at 2:29. After that, Massena had some chances, but saves were made by Darrell Eggleston. The final shots, 28-21, favoring Massena. So Massena's one team that Indian River did not outshoot. 28-21, favoring the Massena Red Raiders. The Raiders win it. Goals by Pat Tracy, Scott Murphy, and Ed Davis. And the one goal scored for Indian River, that was Russell. getting the goal on the power play from Ed Palmer. So the Raiders go in with another victory.
Yes, another victory, but full marks to the Indian River Warriors. As I said, they impressed me here today. Basically, they went with two lines, and I thought they'd wear down, but they didn't. They were just as strong, or almost as strong at the end as they were at the beginning, and the Raiders came at them with three lines. But they were big and strong, big husky forwards, and they came out of their own end well. And when they got the puck up in the offensive end, they were tough, led by Ed Palmer, and that number 14, Kevin Fleming, is no slouch. He's a quality hockey player, along with number 6, Brett Russell. So the Raiders had their hands full today.
So Massena improving to 6-0-1 overall and 4-0-1 in the NAC. Indian River drops to 2-5 overall, 1-4 in the NAC. And Massena off for the Christmas break now, but not a very long break, as they'll be hosting a Christmas tournament next week, Thursday and Friday.